Dear students, we are back again with the remaining part of the lesson Tourism and History Part 2. In Part 1, we learnt tourism in the past and types of tourism. Today we shall learn development of tourism, conservation and preservation of historical places, and professional opportunities in the tourism and hospitality industry. Dear children, before I commence with the lesson, let me ask you a question. How do you treat a guest who visits your home? You will all surely say, we treat our guest very warmly, and it is true, children. We Indians believe and follow the custom and tradition of serving guests like God. We follow the path of Atithi Devo Bhava, which, after translating from Sanskrit, means guests are like gods and treated in the best possible way according to the facilities available. India is a country known for its tourism, and every year a number of tourists visit India. They will all go to their homeland with great memories and a desire to visit again. So, what steps should be taken for the development of tourism? For the development of tourism, proper guidance to national and international tourists about the various aspects of the actual travel, proper social conduct of the locals and the tourists during the tour and their stay at the destination places should be taken care of. First and foremost, strategies should be created to promote tourism. So, safe transport facilities should be made available. There should be proper security facilities to enhance the well-being of tourists. Availability of good accommodation according to the budget should be made available for the tourist. Good washrooms on the travel routes and the tourist sites, as well as special attention towards the needs of the specially challenged people, should be made available. Let's now see what precautions should be taken to preserve the rich historical heritage sites in our country. Firstly, it is essential that few things should be avoided at any instance. For example, avoid vandalizing heritage monuments. Vandalizing means damaging or destroying. Avoid writing on the walls or carving on trees. Avoid painting ancient monuments in garish colors. Garish means loud or bright colors. Keep the presence of the heritage clean. Presence means within the boundary. Now let's ponder on the factors required to boost tourism. First and foremost, the information on the tourist site, that is, pamphlets, guides, and history books, should be made available in the local language so that a large number of people can share the information and also help to promote tourism. For better communication and goodwill, it will be helpful if taxi drivers are trained to converse or communicate in more than one language. An added advantage would be if they are trained as tourist guides, it will be economical for the tourist too. We now move on to the next subtopic, that is conservation and preservation of heritage or historical places. Now the question arises, why should we preserve historical sites? Well, our country is blessed with rich heritage sites and it provides a sense of identity in a fast changing world. Now, let's take a glimpse of the ancient, medieval, and modern historical sites in India. Children, do you know the meaning of the term heritage? Well, heritage means the valuable possession we have inherited from our ancestors. And heritage of a country is divided into natural heritage, which is the sum total of the flora, fauna, ecosystem, and geological structures of a nation. On the other hand, cultural heritage includes tangible culture such as monuments, folklores, buildings, art, etc. And they are vital for the future generations. There are some heritage sites in India that are world famous, such as the Taj Mahal at Agra, Jantar Mantar Observatory at Jaipur, Shivaji Maharaj Railway Terminus in Mumbai, Maharashtra, the rock cut caves at Ajanta, and Khas Plateau in Maharashtra, which are World Natural Heritage Sites. Children, just as we Indians go to visit historical sites in India, many tourists from all over the world visit our country. However, whenever we visit such sites, don't we see that people have written their names on the structures or they have vandalized the statues? This affects the image of a nation. So, to preserve the historical sites, we need to take a resolution. You may repeat after me as I take this pledge. I shall strive to maintain the cleanliness of heritage sites. I shall not do anything which will result in vandalizing of any historical site. We shall now proceed to the third subtopic of this part, and that is professional opportunities in the tourism and hospitality industry. Tourism and hospitality is an industry which creates maximum employment opportunities. Have a look at this slide and see the wide range of job opportunities created by the tourism and hospitality industry. The tourism industry is a stable industry as traveling is an extraordinary experience. It adds flavor and broadens the horizons and benefits mankind. It attracts tourists and increases employment benefits. This helps in reducing poverty. Now let's learn the benefits of having foreign tourists. A country receives money on granting visa. Income is generated from hotel and transport services and food services. Guides and interpreters get income. Tourist buys newspapers, reference books and souvenirs. This contributes to the growth of economy of that country. We shall now reflect on the business and job opportunities. Foreign tourists are attracted to colorful handicrafts, textiles and cottage crafts. During recent years, the importance of handicrafts have increased and evolved as a major revenue generator for the local people. Tourists are amazed at the diversity in the food eaten all over the country, thus making it a haven for all the food lovers, which has increased the demand for locally processed food. It results in better income for local artisans, business people, and wage earners. Tourism not only contributes towards more employment but promotes the local industry and provides a major source of income, investment, and production of arts and crafts, as well as enhancing the skill of young people in the aviation sector. Dear students, I'm sure all of you are aware of the term morning walk, which helps us to keep in good health. In history, there is a term known as Heritage Walk, which is a tour to explore the richness of the country. It helps us to understand our history. It is nothing but a pictorial kaleidoscope of beautiful landscapes and rich cultural heritage of our country, India. The Heritage Walk organized in the city of Ahmedabad is well known. Heritage walks can encourage people to support projects like conservation and preservation of historical monuments, gather authentic information about it, and publish it. We now move on to development of tourism in Maharashtra. Maharashtra, the third largest state in India, has a great potential for growth. It has a rich historical and cultural heritage. The much admired rock cut caves, pilgrim centers like Dehu, Alandi, Shirdi, Gurudwara at Nanded, Mount Mary Church in Bandra, Mumbai, hill stations at Matheran, dams at Koina Nagar, and sanctuaries at Tadoba are well known. The Maharashtra Tourism Development Corporation, that is MTDC, was set up in the year 1975. Its main objective was to give a boost to tourism. The corporation has provided facilities of tourist hotels at 47 places. Together, these hotels can accommodate more than 4,000 tourists. Now take a look at some of the MTDC hotels located in Maharashtra. Many private enterprises also render hospitality services and take tours. Chief among them are Kesri Travels, Veena World, and Make My Trip, to name a few. Now let's take a tour of Bilar, a village near Maharashtra, which boasts of beauty and sweetness of strawberry. This place is also known as an unusual village. Let's see what is unique about this village.
For the first time in India, a one-of-its-kind village of books, Pustakansa Gaon, has been conceptualized at Bilar in Maharashtra, under the guidance of the Marathi Bhasha Minister, Mr. Vinod Tawde. This village of books, which now has a tradition of reading and culture, is nothing short of a celebration for the connoisseurs of Marathi literature. Enjoying your favorite author's books in the lap of nature brings joy to many. This novel initiative heralds new beginnings of preserving our rich cultural legacy, but also spreading it among bibliophiles across the country. This is the beginning of the new hope. The Marathi Bhasha Minister, Honorable Shri Vinodji Tawde, came up with this unique idea of book village in the scenic village of Bilar, nestled in a quaint corner of the district of Mahabaleshwar. The concept of the village is based on that adopted by the Welsh village Hay on Way in England. The main purpose behind Pustakansa Gaon is to make Marathi literature more accessible to readers and tourists. A special committee was formed to effectively reach Marathi literature in order to promote the language among the people. Artists, academicians, educators, any other notable figures were included in this committee. There was a deep study of what literature should be there in the first ever village of books.
The beauty and magnitude of nature can be felt in the calm mountains of Mahabaleshwar and Panchgani, which are such scenic and quiet hill stations located in this beautiful Sahyadri hill ranges. Mahabaleshwar was once the summer capital of the Britishers. The valley of Mahabaleshwar offers a spectacular view. Guided tours are conducted to view the picturesque points such as the Lingamala Falls, Wilson Point, Arthur's Seat, Parsi Point, etc. A popular and beautiful lake stands still among the valley, which offers boat riding and mini train rides for kids. And one can't afford to miss the temple at the hilltop, as well as the sunrise and sunset point that offers a mesmerizing view of the surroundings. One of the best places in Mahabaleshwar, the Mapro Garden, is a garden close to Mahabaleshwar and Panchgani, which hosts the annual Strawberry Festival with great enthusiasm. Jams, marmalade, toppings, syrups, jellies are manufactured and sold here. Panchgani, the nearby hill station, is also a major attraction, famous for its breathtaking beauty, shopping center, popular for shoes, chicky, and the famous stable land where horse riding facility is available. These places have everything to enjoy an action-packed holiday and to discover nature at its best, thus boosting the economy and giving the locals employment facilities. With this, children, we conclude this fascinating lesson. Our request to you all is to kindly glance at the proverb on the scene. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. This quote is not connected to traveling as a tourist, but it's an inspiration and a motivation for you, dear children, to begin the journey of your life by taking single steps to reach your destination. So, children, avoid procrastination, be determined, and reach your goal. That's all. So, thank you very much for your participation, and God bless you all.